So we're here to sign the tax anticipation note,
Yeah, just,
$1.4 million.
yeah, it's a resolution to authorize the tax entry.
We've already voted on it, so. You're gonna have to walk me through where we have to sign here, the signs.
Seems like there's yellow tags.
There are many yellow tags, but we're not the only one signing it, so.
It's not all select word, some of them are Deb, some of them are Ann.
Oh, we'll go around everywhere. Okay.
And then they glue pages together. That's the actual note.
What can I do with $1.4 million? Oh, you need another.
I know. See that? We got plenty of words for that. Well, I can't know what mine say.
Just in case we have a backup.
Yeah, maybe we'll get my way.
No.
Still try everybody to read.
Deb, you have to sign it as many times as we do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think of one. It's different than arthritis.
I'll leave Sadie to read the fine print like that.
I think that one's just a.
Maybe more times than us, Deb.
Well, put it in.
That's just, yeah, that's the tax one, because it's tax exempt.
What was our rate last year, Chad?
Our rate last year was 5.6, I believe, 5.6, 5.7.
While you're going through all that stuff, how long are we holding this?
Last year, we held it till mid-June. Mid-July, I mean, sorry.
So just a couple months.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife and I were talking about this. Is it just until the end of the year? Is it till the
The
mid-year?
next tax collection.
Yeah.
And we're only taking like just a little more than half right now, so we have it for the next time.
Yeah.
But the goal is, this year, we actually, because we have filled more of our positions, we ran a month quicker needing it.
Yeah.
But we also, this is also the 7-month cycle from the tax bill. The next one's 5, it's not quite as bad. Hopefully next year, maybe we can make this 7. Without it, we'll
So
see.
were you doing it alone then too? You have to do one each time or just?
No, 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 this is one loan for the year. And we're allowed to draw one time for the whole amount. But we can draw like 800,000 this time and leave 600,000 for the fall one if we need it. Is how we do it, but you can't pay it off and then draw another 1.4, it's, you get to use each dollar once.
Could be a loan.
You know, we don't have another 1.4 we could borrow in December.
Right, this is it, this is what we get for the year.
Okay.
And it has to be paid off by December 15th.
Right.
For the first half tax bills due July 1st.
Yeah, well,
We
that's,
get such a big chunk, it's usually by the third week in June, you're getting close. So.
well, first budget committee meeting is right after this and Kathy's like, pay attention because you're gonna need to know it. Ask a question. So that's what I did.
Would be a trip, there's some POs out there.
Good job with marking all those spots.
What could be next?
And you get up easy.
Apparently, huh?
You just have to stamp them.
Well, I can't, I could stand first, but I can't stand mine, so that's where it gets tricky.
So we have,
That's what we have this month, right here.
Oh, that's just one of many reasons why we make this money.
That's.
last meeting. Ended up being a little more involved in. You what?
What's happened in my house today? Phone calls.
Good
Night, guys.
Night.
Good night.
Thought you were coming in for a meeting.
This one needs to be signed by
Yeah.
Mr. Hagenberg.
What's that?
The bathroom.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is this your home?
No.
So, he's done this, so when I saw him, someone was saying swimming, this is on. Did you see the other license?
When is the trailer gonna be done? I know they got it working.
I think he originally said like up to 2 weeks.
Okay.
Was what we had,
I just know when it was.
They delivered it this morning.
and,
Like, to the shop.
It's delivered up to Jeremy this morning.
and Bob's been doing the compacting in the dumpsters.
Question.
Oh, I was just wondering if we could get the new forms to the highway and fire
Okay.
that say select board, says select men.
Maybe for the next.
Thank you. These are really nice, the ones. But
Do we have other business? Do you have other business?
No, I don't. Have other
So we have had at least 3, possibly 4 people interested in cemetery trustees.
Yes.
I asked them to provide a letter of why and a slate resume that's pertinent, so I've gotten that back from, I think, 1 or 2 of them, so.
I'm glad the ones only sent a slate resume.
I didn't even open up Richards, but so, is it?
3 or 4 pages.
Oh, is it really?
Oh, yeah.
Fill in the
there
date.
was one email that came just to, I think, Scott and Chet and myself. I didn't respond asking for that information.
Oh.
Did you, Chet, do you
It
know?
was, yeah, I forwarded it on to Ann, so we can send it to you,
Okay.
All right, send it. Who was it from?
Ellie.
Oh, okay,
I just wanna
has
make
it.
sure she has the opportunity to submit her
Yep.
stuff too.
okay. Yeah, forward it to me, okay.
And just on that note, for the clerk / admin person, we had 15 applicants. We're gonna be doing interviews next week.
That's exciting.
Actually, when I went through my emails, I'm like, oh, there's 5.
And I had a
Did Elliot
phone call today about it, so I said,
Who?
hurry up and quick. I know if you're interested.
What?
But that's on the.
Oh, a former
Any of
person
this-
who's done deed research. I
Any
got
of
in
that
contact
matches
with
the covered by
somebody
insurance?
that's drafted.
I'm waiting to hear.
Okay.
But she's not responding to my email. Her landline has been disconnected. I haven't been able to find the cell number. So I reached out to another company that I know about, through the Town Clerks Association, so Newfound. And, I just signed paperwork today, so we can get, in order for us to move forward with deeding and lien, we have to have mortgage searches done, so they are gonna do that for us this year.
Thank you.
And we will have a conversation once we have a final list from the tax collector as to whether we want to do any tax sales, and it's been recommended both by our attorney and I talked to Landfield. There's a group that does that, and they just keep a percentage and they do the whole thing. They do all the deed research, they provide the tax deeds and everything.
Wait.
And we have 9 properties that are recommended by
Right.
the
Yeah.
planning board to put up for sale
Right.
as well. I don't know if any of those are deeded or not, or. if-
I think most of them are, because they're, if they were taken for taxes, then we have to go through that process.
Yeah, I just don't,
Okay,
we'd
so
have to go
that's
back
what
and,
you're talking
Yes.
about.
we have to also go back.
Not my own, that I haven't.
That's correct. We're talking about the one, yeah, the ones,
You wanna
these are,
put
these
tax
are
in.
at the time.
Good.
So we're gonna just see where they are and.
These have been on the town's book as
Some of
town
them for a long
control
time.
since 2020, I think.
Yeah, even longer, I think some.
Some of them might
Yeah.
know.
And some of the ones that were. Looking at tax deeding this year are even way longer than that.
Yes.
Just because there was other. Mortgages and stuff like that that have slowed the process.
Other attachments.
Mortgages to dead people.
Exactly.
I don't know if you heard, but if like you only owe so many taxes and you sell it for more than that, no.
Oh, you're funny.
We've been down that road already.
That was gonna be my question. Have we fully vetted those 9 properties that they're recommending to make sure that we acquired them through the proper path?
Oh, we've acquired the proper path. It's whether any impediments were put in place, and that's what we haven't done yet.
That's okay.
Are we all set back there?
I think Ann
financials?
had a question about something on one of the documents.
We did, just because it was the verbiage, it sounds like it's looking for a lawyer. The law firm of
I mean, for the letter of opinion that you can borrow.
the notarization. So we
Oh.
put it.
Well, it's Drummond, yeah, it's Drummond. That's Stephen Whitley from Drummond did that.
Okay, so I guess since it's your writing, I'll let you put that in.
Yeah,
so
we
it
could do
flows the same.
Isn't she smooth at passing the
Because
buck?
he actually, he was away this week. He
I'm gonna make sure it's.
forwarded all the documents to the bank, and then this was just the piece that we had to sign. So we're all set with the legal opinion once this is 100%.
Did you want a motion or resolution, or do we already do?
Yeah, it's a resolution. I think I have the wrong.
Karen, did you just come for the fun of it or?
We're just keeping these open for
Oh.
question for Jerry. People. Jerusalem Road. You know if there's an old cemetery on a property up there?
There's a cemetery at the end of Jerusalem Road.
Well, this is about a 118 in about, I think they said a quarter of a mile.
Yeah, that's the one. It's on the right-hand side.
You know, on the left-hand side, the people have bought a lot. And they're cleaning up, got a bar. I think it was where Janet Sleeper used to live.
Now, there are,
And there are these old markers.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah,
On
there-
the property, and so,
that very well could be a
Yeah.
private
I saw that.
cemetery. Because there are a number of private cemeteries around on properties, but there's only 10 that we know of town-owned cemeteries. But I know there are some properties that have private.
we're talking about trying to, somebody told to stick a rod down in there, see if there's any bones.
Depends on the age of it. Whether it's-
Civil War, right? I think. I mean, based on the
The markers.
the markers. I think that's what they're talking about.
They brought him to the Hysterical Society meeting last night, pictures of it and
Oh,
stuff, and
nice.
talked about it. I wonder if any of the other cemetery trustees were back. So Barry told me today that he has a notebook from BJ back when she did cemetery trustees, so you can hope that there's some other stuff milling around. What I was confused about is we don't have a drawer or two filing
We should just, sorry.
to keep all this old cemetery stuff. You know, back in the day, everybody took everything home, but we really need to see if anybody else has.
Set up some space. So when we figure out who we're gonna have, I'd like to set up a meeting with the 3 of us, the new
Absolutely.
trustees, you, Barry.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to sort of go through Cindy Neely.
Definitely.
Just because of the trustees of the trust funds.
Yeah, no, she's more than willing to help. She would have been on if she wasn't a trustee, but
So that's my,
try to set up a plan.
but
to
that's
where
my
to
plan
start,
is,
because there's a lot of things to look
Right.
at for sure.
I mean, the two or three people that responded have had some great questions. It's just, so.
I think Ellie has a lot of historical knowledge too. I don't know that she has any documentation, but I mean, she was a trustee at the time that BJ was and Phil Carter going way back,
I
so.
wonder, I should check with Patsy Carter. Because Phil, wasn't he a trustee?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Phil was a cemetery trustee for a
So,
long
you know,
time.
that might be worth it, and then, I'm not, the name's escaping me, Route 4, Webster's. Wasn't it?
Dave, he's trustee of trust funds with me for a
Yeah.
while.
I was just looking. But if we can just search around and see if there's any other records out there. One of the things I want to talk about is software. And try to get something, because right now we have these notebooks that have all these old deeds. But it would be nice to start finding a way to research things a little bit. More easily and quickly, so that'll have to be
That's a
backfilled.
great thing for the trustees.
Chris Dow would be a good one to talk to. Because John was involved in a lot of the town activities, and a lot of that was handled by the Webster family.
So this is the
Which is-
site.
Because I know a lot of the stuff that John handled, Chris worked with him on it and has knowledge of.
Good to
I
know.
don't know if he did much for the cemeteries or,
It's, we'd probably be surprised with how many people actually have bits and pieces. now,
Oh, yeah.
so.
Thank you. Any other business?
I just probably read that you're approving the final tax anticipation of those details, and authorizing the signature. and
The town of Canaan's 1.4 million 2025 tax, general obligation tax anticipation note dated April 29, 2025 is payable on April 17, 2026, with interest rate at 5.95 per annum. Calculated based on a 365 or 365 simple interest basis on the principal balance outstanding from time to time. The note may be prepaid in part or in full without penalty prior to maturity date.
Yeah, this motion that you authorize that.
move to authorize this resolution as read.
I'll second that.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now we're gonna.
Yes. Do we have a motion?
Yes, there you go. So.
Well, yeah,
what was
motion to
the-
go into non-public
So moved.
favor.
Aye.
Aye.
Oh, oh.